Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Beverly Lucas, and this is For the Love of Cooking Fridays. What do I do on Fridays? I try to show you how to make a delicious meal or a dish that is always better than the restaurant. Let me tell you, it is always better than the restaurant. Today's a little special. You know, when I have special guests, I really like special guests. So today I have with me Miss Tenisha Curry, and we are cooking something that she wanted to learn how to cook because she is preparing for her future husband. So, Tenisha, you want to say hello to the people?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited to be here, and I am learning from the best.
So I'm going to let you know what we're cooking, and then I'm going to have Tenisha to introduce to you our ingredients for today. So we are making a grilled steak. We have two different types of steaks. She's going to tell you all about that. And then we're making a shrimp Alfredo, and then we're going to top it off with some salad, and then I got a little corn on the cob. Tenisha, you want to let everybody know what the ingredients we have to make your dish.
Okay, so first, of course, we have the fettuccine pasta. We have, as she said, our two types of steak. I got the T-bone steak and the ribeye, and it was explained to me that the ribeye has a little bit more fat. You can see right in there, which gives it a little bit more flavor. So I'm excited to see how that will turn out. We have our extra virgin olive oil. We have our garlic powder. We have onion powder. We have our mushrooms, and we have our onions. So I love onions and mushrooms on my steak. We have rosemary. This is new to me, so I'm excited to see what we do with that. And we have shrimp. I was supposed to get raw shrimp, but I got pre-cooked, and so, you know, Beverly being the expert that she is, she said we're going to make it work. We have heavy whipping cream. There's a little bit of a story behind this. I'm going to show you what I got. I went to the grocery store and they were out of the heavy whipping cream. So I picked this up. It's a dairy-free heavy whip substitute. So Beverly said, no, that will never do. She, of course, went into her refrigerator and pulled out what we really needed. And then we have our cheese. We have Parmesan cheese and Swiss cheese. We have a red pepper. We have fresh garlic. And we have our butter.
I need to share some things with you. Okay, so I gave her the list of what she needed. Parmesan cheese. This is what she brought. I asked her if she still had the receipt, because she can take that back. So we need fresh grated Parmesan cheese.
That was supposed to be our secret.
Oh, that's supposed to be our secret. Well, the people need to know.
Okay.
Because, you know, yeah, need to know.
Right, because that was a situation.
And then I'm so glad that she purchased Land O'Lakes butter, because I've been using other butters since prices have been so high, but the prices are finally coming down. So I'm so glad that she has Land O'Lakes butter, especially for this dish. Now, I've never used Swiss cheese and Parmesan cheese together for an Alfredo, but guess what? We are going to make it work. So that's all our ingredients. Are you with us? Are you really with us? Come on with us. So again, we have the ribeye here, and we have the T-bone steak. So I have this seasoning that I've been showing you lately. It's just a combination of different salts. So I'm gonna season one, and then Tenisha's gonna season the other one. And you wanna be generous when you are seasoning steak. And then the other thing that I learned, that you really wanna push the seasonings down. And these are kind of thin, so we don't want to over season it, but we want to make sure there's enough seasoning. So I'm just pushing that down. And then we need our black pepper. I'm always reaching for that with my 5'1" self. I didn't touch anything. I still have this hand here. And I'm just going to have some freshly ground pepper. The other thing I want to mention about the steak is you want to cook the steak at room temperature. So you want to make sure that if you're making steak, you want to take it out at least an hour before you're about to put it on the grill. So you want to go ahead and do that one. talk to the people while you.
Oh, okay. I'm supposed to be talking to you. I'm so focused right now that I forgot about you all. To use the ground pepper.
Okay, so when you use the grinder, let me show you something.
Okay.
So you do it like this.
Okay, back and forth.
Right.
Okay.
So that's what helps it in the there.
Okay.
You can turn it over now.
Beverly said, I'm preparing for my husband, and so I picked steaks because I figured most men like steaks, right? So
She has the giggles.
I have the giggles.
She has the giggles. So we're gonna cook this in olive oil and butter. So we have those ready. So we're gonna let those sit for a while. So what I'm gonna do is we're going to go ahead and cook the fettuccine because it takes 11 minutes until it's al dente, which means almost done. So you're gonna do it and you're gonna put it in half the box.
Okay.
In my favorite pasta pan.
As Beverly said,
It's okay. Okay, that's good. Right. Okay. Let's see how much that is. Okay. And so what I do is I have my tape right here. So don't nothing be falling out the box.
Okay, that's an excellent idea.
Just go just like that. We'll put that away. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to stir the pasta.
Okay.
So it doesn't stick together. So just stir it a little bit.
Okay, so now I have a question because when I make pasta, like sometimes I think I was told somewhere to put like little oil so it doesn't stick. Is that?
Yeah, so I've seen both. Put it in, don't put it in.
Okay.
If it's sticking together, I would put it in. Is it sticking?
Okay, so now we're going to saute our mushrooms and our onions for the steak. Okay, so I put a half a cup of butter in the pan, and we're going to wait for this to melt so that we can saute our mushrooms and our onions, and we're going to chop up some garlic.
Okay, so our pasta is done. So what we're going to do is we are going to drain the pasta, and we're going to go on and to prepare our mushrooms and our onions.
Okay, so now we're going to saute our onions and our mushrooms. So I'm going to go ahead and put the onions in first. I'm going to separate them out in the pan. I wasn't expecting us to do this many, but
The more the better.
yeah. So I'm learning that, and so I'm so excited about all of this. This is just very eye-opening.
We're going to stir that around a little bit. Hold on. Yep, there you go.
Okay.
And coat it with all the butter.
Okay.
Okay, you got to work a little faster than that. You see how the butter is starting to brown?
Okay.
Okay, so we want to add our mushrooms.
Yes. Okay. And so we're going to put all these mushrooms in there.
All of them.
I was
put them in there.
very surprised at that.
Because they're going to cook down.
Oh, okay. Got it. That makes sense. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so you want to get those coated too. With the butter. Right, exactly.
Okay. Turn it over a little bit.
Okay, now what I want you to do is to season with a little bit of salt and pepper.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take a pinch of salt. To salt just a little bit. That's it?
One more.
Oh, one more? Okay. To salt the mushrooms and the onions. And then we're going to take the pepper. We're going to do the same thing. So, I don't know if you can smell this, but it smells wonderful.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness, it smells good. I could eat this by itself. I love sauteed mushrooms and onions.
Give you one little bit more butter.
Okay.
It's about 2 tablespoons more of butter.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so our mushrooms are cooking. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add our garlic. You always want to make sure that you add your garlic last, because when the garlic burns, it's a bitter taste and it can ruin your whole meal. So garlic does not take long to become fragrant. It smells so good in here.
It does. Oh my goodness.
Come closer and smell this.
Oh gosh.
Come over here.
And so now we're going to stir in a 1/4 cup of white wine to add to our flavor. Oh, this is so beautiful.
Now it's going to smell that even much more.
Mm-hmm. And so for all you deep folks, it's really okay.
Right. You're not going to get drunk off of a 1/4 cup of white wine.
Of white wine.
Trust me. And what you do, and I tell people all the time, the alcohol in it cooks out. So it's not concentrated alcohol. It's just gives it just the flavor of the white wine. So we're going to let that cook for about a few more minutes. Oh, that smells so good.
Okay, and so we're going to taste the mushrooms to make sure that it doesn't need anything else.
Oh my goodness.
I'm good. I don't know about you. Oh, that's good.
That is delicious.
That's delicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we are at the point where I have put on the cast iron skillet. Let me let you see that. And I have put some olive oil on that, and I keep feeling to see how hot it is because I want to add the butter. So I have about, I don't know, 1.5 tablespoons, I would say, of butter. This is just how I want it to sound. And you want the skillet really hot, and it's, especially because these are thin, they're not going to take long to cook at all. They're going to take like maybe 2 minutes on each side. How do you like your steak?
Let's go with medium.
Okay.
Medium?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do medium.
Okay. So, yeah, it'll be, I said 2 minutes on each side? No, so we'll do 2 minutes for the first side, and then we'll do another minute for the other side.
Okay.
But I want to make sure that this is hot so that it sears and that it does not steam. So another thing that we did for the steak is we made sure that it was dry. Did I mention that earlier or no? No. Okay, so we made sure that it was dry because you don't want to put on a grill anything that is wet, whether it's scallops, whether it's shrimp. When you put it on the grill, it's just gonna steam. It's not gonna get a sear, so we want a sear. So we're gonna wait till this starts smoking, and then Tanisha is going to put the steak on the grill.
Okay, so now we're gonna put our steaks on. Yum. Ooh, I don't like that. Don't do that.
Good.
Okay. And the other one on. Okay. And then 2 minutes on, you said 2 minutes on one side and then 1 minute on the other because they're thin?
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, because I'm just seeing this, we're gonna take this one off.
Okay.
We're gonna cook them one at a time because I don't want them to steam.
Okay.
You see how they were starting to steam? We don't want that.
Okay. So may I ask why you don't want it to steam?
Because we want to sear on
Okay.
it. So we want the crispy sear. So we want the outside of it to be crispy. And we don't want it to be soft.
Okay.
So when it steams, it's soft. But when it sears, it has a nice crispy bite to it. Or that crust that we want.
Okay, and so our 2 minutes are done on this side, so we're going to flip it over, and then we're going to take this rosemary, and we're going to place it underneath the steak. Okay, let's get that. So we're going to place it underneath the steak.
Okay, so we're also going to place, so lift it up a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to add some more butter underneath there.
Yeah, got it?
Okay. And so now the rosemary, placing it underneath it, what kind of flavor does that give it?
So the flavor of the rosemary is going to infuse the whole steak because it's on the bottom. And then we have the butter. So all the butter, the rosemary,
Yeah, and it smells so wonderful.
I know. Wait.
It smells like heaven
So
in here.
We're gonna do a little garlic. So what I want you to do is cook that garlic under there.
Okay.
If you can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Because we don't want it to burn, but we're gonna push it under there and all those flavors. Now, if we had another type of pan, we would baste it, meaning that we would take all the juices and we would put it on top, put it on top, put it on top. But
Thank you.
we're good with that.
Okay. Okay, and now we're going to remove our steak from the pan so that, and we're going to put it on this cutting board so that it can rest. Okay, and since these are cooked shrimp, what we decided to do was to put the shrimp on the pan that the steaks were cooked on, so that because they're already cooked. So that's what we decided to do.
So I'm going to use some Old Bay.
Okay. And I just want you all to take a whiff because it smells like heaven in here. Okay, sorry, you can't smell that. Okay, so now we're going to make our Alfredo sauce. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add 6 tablespoons of butter. And we're going to let this melt. And then once this melts, we're going to add garlic. We're going to add our garlic, and then we're going to let that get to a place where we can smell it real well. This has been such a wonderful experience. So anyone who is wanting to learn more about cooking, like myself, you may want to come and have some cooking time in Beverly's kitchen. So our butter is almost melted. Now we're going to add our garlic. We just have like just a little bit of garlic to put in here. Okay. Until the effervescence, the fragrance of it comes seeping through. I'm using big words and I don't even know really what I'm talking about with that. But oh, that smells so wonderful. Okay, so now we're going to, we have cornstarch here. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. The recipe calls for flour, but we don't have flour. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and this is just really for a thickening. I sound like I know what I'm talking about, don't I? Yeah, I have a good coach. Okay. So we added the cornstarch, and we're going to add splashes of our heavy whipping cream. And so we're going to pour a little bit in. We're going to stir it until it thickens up. Okay. So we have 2 cups. I didn't mention that. We're putting in 2 cups of the heavy whipping cream. Call me Chef Boyardee, okay? T is in Tom. Tenisha. Okay, and so now we're going to go ahead and add our cheese. Again, we have Parmesan and I keep forgetting what the second one is.
Swiss cheese.
Swiss.
Is it Swiss?
It is.
Yes.
Yes. Parmesan and Swiss cheese.
Because we had to use what we had, right?
Yes, ma'am. We're going to make it work. Our sauce is thickening, and we're going to add some onion powder, and then we're going to add some garlic powder, and then we're going to add some pepper, some ground pepper. So now it's time to put our fettuccine noodles in our sauce, and our Alfredo sauce. And we put some in there, and mix those around.
Okay, so everything is complete.
Everything's done.
And we had so much fun. So let me show you our shrimp Alfredo. What we did is, because the shrimp was already cooked, you know, you don't want to overcook shrimp. So after we grilled the steaks, all we did was take the shrimp and just put it on the hot pan so that it could just be warmed up. But this looks absolutely fabulous. And we have our steak. This one is the ribeye steak. And I made a little corn on the cob. So, and that's our mushroom reduction sauce. It's gonna be good.
I'm excited.
So, so how do you feel about all this?
I am so excited and thankful. I'm enlightened about just different methods of cooking in the kitchen, and I'm just my mind has been opened to just different strategies in the kitchen. So I'm thankful and I'm excited, and I can't wait to come back.
Oh, she's coming back.
I'm coming back.
She's coming back. I didn't beat her up enough. But I told her the next time I have somebody over, I'm not only going to give them the ingredients, but I'm going to send them a picture of what they need to bring. Yeah. Thank you for being with us today. I hope that you have enjoyed us watching, teaching, coaching on how to make this fabulous, fabulous meal. We also did a salad, and so we are about to sit down and eat. I hope you have enjoyed this video for the Love of Cooking Fridays. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I ask that you subscribe and give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. But most of all, if you make this meal, please send me a picture and let me know how it works for you. Until next week, this is Beverly Lucas signing off.